Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Jessica, it's good to see you again.
You too.
Brought a copy of the data I collected.
Good. So let's take a look at the data you've collected on Sam's refusal to follow directions.
Okay. As you see, I collected data from 5 to 8 each evening.
I see that, and in looking at the data, it appears as if maybe Sam had, at least 2 to 3 instances each evening. Is that correct, of difficulty?
Yes, it is. It was very quick. It's only a few seconds long, but as you can see, his grandfather waited him out once, and he waited an hour, and Sam still didn't follow directions.
Oh, Lord. It looks as if Sam did follow directions, though, on June 9th to load the dishwasher. So what was different here, and who gave him that directive?
That was his grandmother here. She told Sam that she would let him know if he could have company after he loaded the dishwasher.
Okay, and he did it. That was great.
I know she was pretty happy about that.
Okay, so in looking at your ABC data sheets, what is typically the antecedent that appears? The antecedent is what happens before the behavior, and so if you look right here at your data sheet, that would be the antecedent. What do you think usually happens?
It looks as if he is given instruction to do something.
That's right, that is right. So what do you notice is the consequence for the behavior, or what happens right after the behavior?
Nothing most of the time. Somebody does for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
His grandparents do what they asked him to do. His brother does it. And Sam keeps doing what he wants, playing his game. And looking at this, so does that mean we've actually been reinforcing, this type of behavior?
Well, that's a great question. It could mean that we are teaching Sam, not to follow directions. That's correct. So it looks as if Sam exhibited inappropriate behavior in the form of not following directions or arguing back at least 11 times in 5 days.
Right.
It seems related to being given that instruction. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So we would like to eliminate that behavior and help Sam to follow directions.
That's what we want.
All right. Why do you think Sam is having such difficulty, in being disrespectful to the grandparents?
Well, now, I think it's because we've taught him it's okay to be that way. That became clear when I began taking the data.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to try something different. What do you think could be done so that we change the setting up a little so that Sam's not able to escape for not following directions and he's not able to continue to gain access to those preferred tangible items? And when I say that, I mean like the video games, continuing to have things that he likes, for not gaining, for not following those directions like he's supposed to.
There's an empty room downstairs. I really think they should move Sam's bedroom and video games to the area. That way they can monitor and control. Maybe put controllers in a locked box so he can't playfully earn them.
Okay, you're on the right track. That's a good idea. I noticed that when Sam does feel like he can earn something, such as company or a reinforcer, he seems more motivated to follow the directions, or at least, your data kind of showed that he was following the directions a little bit better. So what about if we make video games, playing outside, playing inside, having company, and all those things that he really likes? What about if we made those reinforcers that Sam could earn only for following directions?
Sounds great. How do we do it?
Well, let's develop a list of reinforcing items, and then we could develop a list of typical directions and instructions that Sam is expected to follow. We can then say, Sam has to complete 5 chores, and he can earn 30 minutes of video games. And then say if Sam, or free time, but then if say Sam wants to earn another 30 minutes, he has to do another 5 chores. I know that he likes to spend the night, or he likes to have company and play video games at the same time, and then sometimes he likes to spend the night with other folks. Is that correct?
Yes, he loves company, having company over, and he loves having company over playing video games.
Okay, so if that's something that's a little bit higher, along reinforcing lines for him, what we could do is we could make having company and playing video games, we could make that, an hour's worth of video games, and having company, we can make it worth 15 to 20 chores. And then say if he goes to spend the night somewhere where we can't always monitor how long he's playing the video games, we can make that worth 25 chores. What do you think?
I think that sounds great, and we can, go with that theme, earning things like Chuck E. Cheese and video games.
Right, you can. What we'll need to do though is we'll need to make sure that everybody's on the same page and everybody can follow through the same way. So if Sam doesn't complete his chores, he doesn't earn reinforcement. Do you think everyone can kind of follow through with that and follow that plan?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
They'll love it.
Oh, good. All right. Do you think that you could continue to collect data as you have?
Oh, yeah, I can each evening for 5 days.
Okay, good. So what we're planning on doing is that Sam will have his bedroom moved downstairs, correct? And then we'll find a box for the controllers to be locked into so that he only gains access to them to play the video games once he has earned access, okay? And then we can also set up that system to where he has to complete his chores and follow directions to earn reinforcement.
That's the plan.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll plan to meet at the same time, same place, next Friday, and discuss how the plan is going.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for meeting me again. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Do you want to keep a copy of the data?
Yes, I would like to. Thanks.
Thank you.